Hello and welcome to Quixatocs Plays FTL. This is Advanced Edition. So this game's been out for a while, subset games, and it's great. It's awesome. So I've decided to just see how far I can get with it. I've reset all my stats. There's nothing there. Steam says I've played about 20 hours of this, but it didn't seem like 20 hours, so it must have been fun the whole time. Anyway, so we're gonna try and go through, and I'm gonna try and collect all the ships, and just take it as it comes. So I've got a game here that I'm just gonna delete. So yeah, I've played a little bit before. I'm gonna start on easy, and to unlock stuff, you need to grab 2 of these achievements. So what we got? 6 unique aliens on the Kestrel. I have 11 subsystems installed on the Kestrel cruiser at one time, and when the Kestrel cruiser is all the way down at 1 HP, you can bring it back. So for those that have never seen this game, this is FTL, Faster Than Light. You sort of command a crew of people on a spaceship trying to get a message to your Federation allies each game, and it's pretty fun. You can customize all their names. I'm going to call my pilot after me. Yes. And it just about fits. Cool. So let's take it for a spin. I'm going to play on easy because I am not good enough yet to figure out normal. Right, so this is the story. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Cool. So you can move these guys around, and I will keep the burst laser here because this is probably our most powerful weapon at the start. Things like this is our hull, our HP of the ship. This is the amount of fuel, and you can see this kind of map. We're trying to get to this exit each sector, and when we get there, I'll show you what happens then. Right then, let's just jump and let's get going. Is this me? That's what I need to know. It is me. Okay, cool. Captain Quixatocs. So I'm going to try and hit as many of these as possible. That's generally a good technique for getting stuff. Okay, I'm going to scrap here. Advanced Rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small Rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Attack the automated ship to get the storage cache, or avoid provoking the ship. So you can make these different choices throughout the game. And generally my strategy has always been just kill them and have a go and see what you collect. So if I hit control, I can make this thing auto fire, and I'm just aiming to take these the hull points down. So we'll wait for this to charge up, and we got him. See, I've got a level of shields which they didn't have this time, and I collected 21 scrap, which is like the money in this game. And the station is storage site for various resources, and I salvage everything that's possible to salvage there. So we got a couple of missiles, which will add to this number here, a couple of drone parts, which will add to this number, and some more scrap, which goes up here. So this burst laser effectively just needs to charge, and when it charges, like it has done there, I can just fire it at a particular place on the enemy ship. This guy, the Artemis missile, will take a missile each time, but it pierces through shields. So that's important for when you hit more heavily defended people that have a bit more shields. And I believe it goes through all of them, as my 20 hours of experience does not remind me. Okay, I'm going to go here first, and then I'm going to head down, sort of go this way. Ow. Excuse me. Sensors have picked up a refugee ship drifting through the system, no doubt one of the many fleeing the rebel advance. It doesn't appear to have detected you, or else it's trying to avoid notice. So I'm going to go ahead and hail them. So I can trade 2 drone parts I will get, and it will cost me 3 missiles. So I'm going to decline that because missiles are more important for this ship. You can get ships later on that have drone firing sections, and they do various things, but we'll come to that. Right. Also, you can upgrade the ship, and at the moment I've got 64 scrap, so maybe I can upgrade the ship a little bit and it'll be a bit worth it. So at the moment you can see this is our main reactor down here. If I just come out of this. This is our main reactor, and I can choose where to power things. So I can depower this guy, and I get 2 more reactor bars, which I can put into the engines, or I can put into other places if I had places to put them, like if I had another level of shields. Yeah, most of them are self-explanatory. So this one is the med bay, where I would take my crew members if they were ill and heal them up. The O2 keeps the O2 powered. If I depower that, the whole ship starts going red and we lose oxygen. You can see in this oxygen meter up here. Engines, so they will give me a bonus to my dodge, and shields will allow you to take 1 hit per shield blob. So at the moment we've only got 1 shield blob, so I can't do too much with that. What I found is always pretty good is getting that 2nd level of shields pretty early, though I don't really know if this is optimum strategy. Like I say, I'm not a master FTL player, but it's just fun. I just enjoy it. So you can see now I've powered the shields, but I don't have enough power for my weapons, and as I'm going to need to fight, it's probably not the best idea. Right, let's go for this distress. Okay, I'm going to hail these guys again. This is similar to what we had before. As you hail them, the refugee ship, a Zoltan ship, suddenly jumps into the system. It claims the refugees are criminals and accuses you of escorting fugitives. Before you can respond, it cuts communications and powers up its weapons. So most people seem pretty aggressive in this game. So I'm going to depower the shields, turn the burst laser on, and then I'm going to target their weapons so that I can stop them from hitting us. We've got a couple of... I'm not sure what this weapon is actually, because this is a new one in the Advanced Edition, and I played most of those 20 hours before the Advanced Edition was out. So you see my shields came down then, and then their Iron Blast came through, and I think it stunned my guy, and I think that's what that one does. So you can see I took out their weapons, and you can see they're depowered here because they're all retracted. So now I'm going to go for the O2, because this burst layer fires 3 shots, as we can see from mousing over there. So I'm going to get through the shields with 1 shot. So I don't really need to target the shields, but I could do that. Cool. Contact the refugee ship. See if we can get some more. Yeah, they gave us some fuel. It's really nice of them. And so now we can see the advance of the rebel fleet that are chasing me. So we need to stay ahead of this, or we'll encounter some tough enemies, and they're sort of not worth fighting, so you kind of do want to stay ahead of those. So I'm gonna continue. Actually, I'm gonna go this way because I think I can hit this nebula, and that'll give me 1 more jump. So I'm gonna go here first. No, I'm gonna go here first because I think I'll need to go there first. Come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship. Weapons engaged. Aid the civilian ship. We gotta aid them, right? Power up the weapons and engage automated ship. Okay. So same technique again. I'm gonna hit 1, and then I'm gonna hold control to attack the weapons, because this guy is gonna get through my shields. You can see it. It hit my weapons bay, and it's done some damage to this, which has hurt Marcus here. And Marcus is currently just fixing up my weapons. And it did enough damage to take 1 level of power out of the weapons, but I wasn't currently using that power, so it didn't really affect us. So I was quite lucky. So I got some more stuff from the civilian ship, that's great, and I've now gone up to 75 credits, which means I could power up my reactor a bit. And if I do that, then I can add that extra level to the shields. The shields is a bit of a unique one, because most of these you can depower singly. And I can turn off the med bay, so now I've got 3 power. But shields, you need 2 strips of power. But now I've got 2 levels, so it means that they're going to take 2 hits to get through. And Marcus was a bit damaged, so I'm going to just send him to the med bay. And that's kind of all the controls in the game. So it's pretty simple, but it gets pretty complex and also pretty tough as well. So I'm going to go to this one so I can hit this nebula region. And nebulas have this added effect of slowing down the rebel advance. Scans show a remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. The ship hastily messages you, stay out of this or you'll be next. Concentrate fire on, attack the pirate or ignore them. Oh, we've got to attack them. They're pirates. Okay, right. So, let's attack the weapons again. You can hit space as well to pause the game if you ever need to make tactical decisions. Cool, so we've shut down the weapons. I usually go for the O2 because the AI of the ship crew will tend to make that a priority, and you can sort of see the doors opening and closing in there. So they're trying to fix the O2 now because they don't want to. They'll start taking damage if it goes low, as makes sense. So do we want to let them go and take this before they're dead, or do we want to risk it and see if we get a bit more? I think generally you get a bit more scrap but a bit less of the other resources, so it's kind of a bit of a strategic decision. I'm gonna keep attacking them, and I'm gonna go for their engines this time. And the reason for that is these guys can escape. If you give them enough time they can escape. Yeah, that was kind of right, so we lost missiles there but gained a bit more scrap. Not much in it really in that one. With the pirates gone, you signal the station. We appreciate what you've done, but they'll just be another ship looking to profit from our isolation soon enough. Sorry we can't give you more, but they gave us something, so that's cool too. Nice folk. Right, let's get in this nebula maybe after one more move. Jumped into the aftermath of what seems to have been a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by your screens and you can still see the remains of the dying ships sparking and breaking apart. It's hard to determine what the combatants were without closer investigation, so let's investigate. And we've unfortunately found a rebel cruiser, so we're gonna have to fight them. And again, so this is a guy with a drone bay, and he just has one laser which is never going to get through our shields. So there's a little bit of a tactic you can play in this situation where you can just sit around and wait for these guys to hit you, and your crew members will actually level up their skills at certain things. And in this case, the pilot will gain evasion skill, and you can see that in the ship details, which we'll get to after this battle. So here we go, they're powering up their FTL, so they're trying to escape, and if they do escape before we kill them, then we'll lose all the scrap that we would have gained from destroying them. So what we're going to do is try and kill them, and actually I've already thought of that and was attacking their engines. You can do the same by attacking their navigation as well. FTL charging, so they're still charging, but I think we're probably going to get them. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Jump imminent. So we've got to kill them in this shot, really. Nice. Cool, and we got quite a lot of scrap there, so that's great. Cool, so I think one more jump, and then I will end this episode. hard to see why, but the beacon is apparently a tourist destination. One of the ships at the small station is offering a deal. So we could trade 2 missiles for some drone parts, but we don't have drone parts, so let's leave that for now. Cool, so I'm going to leave it there for now, and we will be back next episode.